y'all, this is Deanna. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to show you my completed album. I don't think I'm going to do anything else on this, but here is the cover. Now, I don't know if you heard me mention in my last video about the album that on the edge of the spine, and granted this album, the base was pre-made. All I did was decorate it and so forth. But as I guess, the more I moved the pages back and forth, it started to come apart right here on the spine. So I thought, okay, I've done all this work inside. I'm not just going to ditch this whole album. What can I do? So what I did is some people use, I think it's called Tyvek. And they use it like underneath their paper and everything, and it keeps your paper looking good, and it keeps everything from, I don't know, it keeps the spine intact and so forth. But anyway, I didn't have any of that, and I saw Southern Scrapbooking and Crafts. I saw her do it, and before, and she used the bags from, like the mailing bags from USPS, because they're so tough. So I cut myself a piece, and I cut it the 3-inch width plus a little bit, and kind of wrapped it around, and I taped it on underneath the paper. So that kind of made it more stable. Then, as you probably see a little bit of black hanging out here, you could see there, I then took a piece of black cardstock and I covered around it just because I wanted to make sure that was secure. And I added some glue underneath. But when I was doing it, I tried to keep my pages out as straight as I could. Granted, whenever it folds, you are going to get a little bit of wrinkles right here because you're folding your paper. And I was trying to cover up how it was starting to come apart. And then I went and got another piece of paper, just like the one I had before, but I made it wider. Went ahead and I stitched all the way around, and then I glued that taped, and I glued it on. I used some score tape, and then I also used some art glitter glue. It's on there really well, y'all. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. So this is how it's turned out. So now it just gave it a little overlay, which I've made albums like this before with just a little overlay on the spine, and I think that that looks good. I added this cut apart. This is Club Mouse on the back. And this is how I did the front. On my Cricut design space, years ago when I just had the Cricut, I don't know. It was not the very first Cricut, but it wasn't a Cricut Explorer. It's where you had to put the cartridges in. Well, when I had that one, I actually had bought the Mickey Mouse cartridge. So when I got the Explorer Air 2, I actually downloaded it or uploaded it to my Cricut design space. That way I could use it. Well, I was able to use it and just cut out the Mickey ears or the Mickey head. And what I did is I cut 3 of them and kind of made it look like there's a little bit of layering going on. I guess it is layering going on, but just almost, I just thought it was cute to do it that way. And then this Happiest Place Ever is actually just a cut apart from one of my collections I was digging through. This was fun. I thought, you know what, everybody gets excited when they go to Disney and so forth, so I thought I would add that on. That was on the ephemera pack that I bought, and as well as this Mickey right here, the heart. So anyway, I think the cover turned out pretty cute. In the back, of course, I leave it plain. And everything is glued down really well. It's not going to come. I literally took the tip off my glue and I used it where it would have a better flow of glue. And I laid it out flat and I put that glue on there and I held it. And I laid it for a while, and it's good. It's not going to go anywhere now. It is not going anywhere. So anyway, the pages, the book before, it kind of laid pretty flat. And now, because I put this, it's a little bit more stiffer, but the more she uses it, it's going to loosen up. So this is what the cover looks like. So when you open it up, and let me make sure I'm going to get all my pages laying down. Sometimes, because there's no magnets on here, sometimes they catch. So, if you watched my other video, I made this. This was a cut apart, and I put Angie on there. That's who I'm sending this to, and it's like a ticket to the Magic Kingdom. And then Go See Ride. I just layered it up, and yeah, trying to get it in there. It's kind of getting stuck on the letters. I'll put it behind. And then on this page, of course, if you watched my other video that I did, I had just didn't want to take away from the castle. And I just added some jimmies on here. And then I added this that came in the ephemera pack. It says the happiest place on earth. So then when you go to this page, I added a photo mat. And oh, the photo mat. Let me see how big it is. I didn't really, I'll be honest, I did not really measure. Okay, I don't know where my scissors went. I've got the biggest, oh, here it is. I've got the biggest mess here. I've got to clean up now. Okay, so this one is about 5.5 by 4.5. So, I didn't really measure how big. I just put it because I wanted it to fill the space. All these were stickers. This was part of the ephemera, or a part of one of the sheets, the papers that I cut up. And I also used, to get these little Mickeys right there, the Mickey heads, I used this punch right here. And so it gave me like confetti Mickeys. So anyway, I'm real happy by the way that turned out. And over here, I just cut, this is one of the strips off one of the papers. So I cut it, and I meant the mouse here. And she could like add her own over here. I just kind of left that one. And like if she went to Disney, she could fill in like her tickets from the park or whatever and glue them in. Added a photo mat here. Here's some more of the Mickeys I punched out. Smiles from ear to ear. So then this one, I love, love, love this striped paper here. And this was actually one of the, like, you know, you get the papers that have like all the different strips on there, and you can cut them out, and it's like almost like scenes. I cut it out, and I just glued it on and made it a little pocket and added this little photo mat in there. So I thought that one turned out super, super cute. So then I added a photo mat here. Today was awesome. The happiest place on earth. Layered up a little bit of Mickey heads. Put a big photo mat in here. Did the same thing on here, just kind of left it blank. MS for Magic. This is just trim from the paper collection. And this one right here, it's got a suitcase, and I just added a photo mat there. Happiest place on earth, cut apart, and I layered it up. I pretty much layered up most everything. I usually layer them up on black, sometimes white, just whatever. So I think it turned out pretty cute. I love this paper. It's darling. And this one right here, I did not do anything to it because I did not want to take away from the back of the head of Mickey. And I just thought, and it says, everybody loves me, everybody loves me. So I just thought it was so cute. So I left it like that. This was on a paper collection I had that I used before. And so, actually, I think it just started raining again. I'm not sure if it was on this paper collection or the other one. I kind of mixed them together. But I just put a camera there because when you go to Disney, you take a lot of pictures. And then this was like one of the things on that paper. I think I still have one. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So it looked like this. And so this right here it was a strip that was on here. This is the one I made that pocket out of. So yeah, you can just use these for any way you want. So it was pretty cool, pretty nice. And then I added a big photo mat here, and I met the big cheese and put some Mickey heads here. And then the next section, every picture tells a story, and she could add pictures. I added a little cupcake, the little Mickey ears there. And this was actually in the cut aparts that I have, and so I just added it in. Top 5 memories, big smiles, magical stories, and so she could write something small on this little note here. And then here she could write here, and here's a calendar so she could like circle or put the date of when she went to the park. And yeah, got a cut apart here. She could put a small photo here. That's why I put I love this, and these were just out of the sticker sheet that came with the paper collection. Love it on that blue. It's just gorgeous. And then here we go. This is a cut apart with luggage. And when you go on a vacation, which is the theme of our swap, you know, that's you take your luggage with you. And then this right here was just on the sticker sheet as well. So I thought I would just layer it. I would just put it on some white paper, cut it out, and just add it on, because you know what? It's a happy day. And then Me and the Mouse was one of the sticker sheets, and I layered it up on black along with the big M here, and I used a scallop circle or circle punch, which was this one right here. It's 2.5 inch. This one is an EK Successes, and this other punch that I use is EK Successes, but it had Mickey Mouse on it. So, and then of course I added a photo mat here. For this particular one, I just put magic, and because of the pictures are of the castle, I left it that way, and added in the sticker that's got the castles. Thought that was so cute. And then lastly, on the last page, I have it all in this beautiful blue, put a photo mat, added a cut apart. You can just use what you have, y'all, and just make it so pretty. And then added one photo mat here and put the sticker says one more ride, and a cut apart, you're never too old to wish upon a star. And then you've got another photo mat and a cut apart here. And then lastly, here's the back page. And I had showed this in my previous video that I took some of the stickers that I have and layered them up on some black cardstock, added a little bit of seam binding, and made them some little tags to put back here. And then got a pocket on the back. So I really am loving the way this turned out. I love the fact that I didn't have to stress over making the pages. All I did was decorate everything and add my designer series paper on here. And I think that this album just turned out absolutely beautiful. So you can see how chunky it is. It's just a beautiful album. Adding the paper to wrap around actually made it feel a lot more sturdy and everything, because I know that using that paper, using the album without covering this up, eventually it might have split completely on her, and I don't want that to happen. That's why I had to do a little album surgery. So anyway, this was super fun. Now I can move on, and whatever else I'm going to send to her, I'm going to get myself a little box ready, and I'm going to go ahead and get things in the box. That way I can get it ready to send. And the swap is actually for my craft group. My niece, her name is Angie. She actually is in the group. She's never swapped before. She doesn't really know what to do. And so when she made a comment this time, that's why I called her and said, "Are you wanting to swap?" And I had paired everyone up that signed up for the swap, and that I had paired myself with someone else. And then I had to take my name off because I wanted to make sure that everybody had a partner. And so I took myself out, and because my niece had never swapped before, that's why I said, I'll swap with you. So we'll see how she does, if she really enjoys it. I hope that she does. I told her what to do and just have fun with it. And I told her the swap is just an album. If she doesn't want to send extras, she doesn't have to, because she doesn't really know. I did send her a video of what I had done on a swap before to maybe give her some ideas, but I told her, you don't have to send all that. All you need to do is make the album, and that is the requirement. So I hope that she enjoys it, and I hope that she will enjoy this album. If she doesn't go to Disney, or she might have went to Disney when she was young, and if she did, she can add those pictures in here. So anyway, this is my completed album. I'm loving it. It turned out so cute. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get a box ready, because when I do my swaps, I always get my box out and try to start put things in the box as I make them. So yeah, so I will start working on my next little simple things that I can send her, and hopefully she'll enjoy it. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. I love each and every one of you. And yeah, thank you so much. You know, if you're still with me. So, I had a few things on my mind, just personal things. And I really, I have this sign in here that says pray more, worry less. And so I was worried about something. And I found when I went to bed that night, I prayed to myself, just quietly to myself. Because, I felt like it was kind of like between me and God, And I prayed and just prayed for God's will. And I needed an answer to a prayer. And, the next day I got up and all was good. I worried for nothing. And so, you always need to remember to keep your trust in God and to just keep your faith. And so that's what I need to do. That's what everybody needs to do. And yeah, so I just got up the next day when all was good and the results of what I was worried about was fine. I just said, thank you, Lord, so anyway, so remember, if you're having any issues or worried about anything, just leave in God's hands and it always works out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, y'all. I appreciate it. Thanks to new subscribers. I really do appreciate it, and welcome. If you've been around a long while, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.